Does he get an apology? What did you think of that moment?
It was very powerful. For all the talk of violence among supposedly being threatened by parents, we had law enforcement tackling a dad whose daughter had been violated in the most, you can't even say what happened to her, but we now know what did happen to her. And her victimhood doesn't count, but the supposed victims who they're creating out of thin air for political purposes, it certainly looks like, get all the attention and the focus, and this family is dragged through the mud. I mean, something is really upside down in our society and our culture, where parents now have to wonder whether it's okay to go to a school board meeting lest they lose their job, or lest they be called a terrorist, or lest they be branded a right-wing insurrectionist. Most of these parents aren't political, by the way. They're just parents, and they're worried, justifiably so.
I mean, I think about, President Biden before he became president, talking about the rape epidemic that he saw on college campuses, right? And that was brought into a lot of question about whether or not the numbers that they were looking at were accurate. But now, then you have a sexual assault happening in a high school, and the Attorney General isn't aware of it. Doesn't know that it happened. So
yeah, how about Mazie Hirono? Remember her grandstanding during Kavanaugh?
Yes,
I saw her. I was watching Fox, and she says, "Well, the Republicans really seem to be singularly focused today." And I'm thinking, wait a second, is this the same woman who said no means no, and that no means no, and that women always have to be believed? This is a young girl, and a juvenile court judge, sustained the charges against the young man who raped her. Sustained the charges. That was done this week.
He was found guilty, and they moved him to another school.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't make it up, Lauren. And our heart goes out to that family. They've been put through way too much. And your interview was great with him, so thank you for that. And we'll watch you tonight. And I just want to mention to everybody the Fox Nation special, California on the Edge with Laura Ingraham. As I mentioned, Laura went out to California and looked into some of the most difficult and crippled places in that state right now. Laura, thank you so much. Great to see you.
Great to see you.